Greetings and assalamu alaikum everyone. Hope you all are doing great. Welcome to another video. This is your host Munib, and in this video I'm going to show you the demonstration of NGINX reverse proxy. But first, I have decided to cover the theory of reverse proxy first. Then I will go towards the lab implementation. So, what actually reverse proxy is? So, a reverse proxy is just like a middleman, or you could say it is basically an intermediary between client or your backend server. Okay, so as you know about the client server model, we have client like user or any browser, and we have backend server where our application is running. Okay, so as we know that nginx is a popular web server, but apart from web server it also provides the load balancing or reverse proxy and caching. Okay, so that's why I have decided to cover the nginx reverse proxy, so you guys can understand it in a better way. I will try my level best. Okay, so why we use reverse proxy? That's a great question. It basically hides your real server's IP from users. We don't want that the user should hit the traffic or should access the application IP directly. Okay. One example, a common example you would say is a load balancer. Okay, application load balancer. I will cover the application load balancer of AWS in future, so stay tuned for that. But reverse proxy, the purpose of reverse proxy usage is to hide these real servers IP from users from security perspective or security point of view. And reverse proxy helps manage traffic smartly, and it also keeps your backend server safe and makes everything work smoother and faster. Okay, and how does it work? How reverse proxy work actually? Basically, I can give you a best example. Like for example, when someone walks into your school or your office, uh, the customer cannot directly go to the employees or chairperson or something or management team. They will go first to receptionist. They will talk to receptionist first. The receptionist knows what who is doing what and forward the request to the right person. Okay, in this case, in this scenario, the receptionist works as a reverse proxy or an intermediary or a middleman. You can consider the example. So, technical perspective wise, in reverse proxy, we have three layers: a client, a proxy layer itself, and a backend server. Okay, so when someone visits your website, instead of directly hitting your backend server, they first go to the reverse proxy. The reverse proxy forward the request to your backend server, and the backend sends the response back through reverse proxy and then to user. Okay, so we also covered the theoretical topic in detail. I have tried my level best to deliver you in a better way. Okay, as you can see, these are the points that I have written, and let me just hide this point so you guys can understand in a better way. For example, we have an application running on port 80. This one, okay. We have a backend application running on port 80, and we don't want that the user should directly hit on the backend application running on port 8080. So what we can do right now is that we have a host machine. In this case, you can consider AWS EC2 instance. Having a listener port 8112, I have decided to use this port for example for demonstration purpose. And Nginx is listening on port 8112, forwards to backend app on port 8080, and returns the response to user. Okay, so this is I have a high level diagram. I will show you. So this is a high level diagram. As you can see that a user hits the request on your EC2 IP, your EC2 instance where your application is running on port 8080. We don't want that the user should directly hit on port 8080. Instead of that, a port 8112 is running as a proxy, and user request will be directed to EC2 IP having port 8112, as an NGINX reverse proxy. Okay, then your application is running on backend app port 8080. Okay, I might have misplaced the port 8080. It should be on this one right here, because our private application is running on port 8080 in backend application. Okay, so this is the high level diagram. You can consider it. And let me just go to AWS console, and I will show you how you can configure NGINX as a reverse proxy. Okay, so right now I'm in the AWS console, and let's just launch the instance, and we will install the NGINX, and I will show you the application is running. Okay, so let's give it a name as NGINX reverse proxy. Okay, so for demo purpose, I will go with the Amazon Linux. You can use any of this AMI. Okay, so you can use Ubuntu, Red Hat, and Debian. And instance type, I will select T2 Micro for demo purpose. And I have a already key pair, which I have created earlier, which is website KP. Okay, yeah. One thing right now I'm doing is to create a new security group. Okay, so NGINX reverse proxy. Okay, so right now I have created a security group, a new security group role, having port 22 for SSH, port 8112, which will be listened by NGINX, and port 8080 where our application will be running. Okay, and storage would be fine, and select GP2 and launch instance. Okay, so right now I'm inside the server, and let's just install the NGINX. So sudo yum install NGINX -y. I will also show you the configuration file as well, so that you guys can understand it. Okay. Okay, so right now I am inside the server again, and I have changed the name, and Nginx has been installed. And let me just show you if my application is running or not. Okay, so giving port 8080, you will see that the application is running. Okay, for demo purpose, I have decided to go with this periodic table application, which is running on port 8080. Okay, so I don't want that user should redirect or hit the traffic into this server having IP along with port 8080. And for security perspective or security point of view, we actually hide and we actually prevent that user should not hit the backend server directly. Okay, so go back to Nginx Reverse Proxy server again, and let's just see the Nginx status. So the command is sudo service Nginx status, and we have to start it again. You will see again it is running now. Okay, so let me just clear the screen again and zoom in further. So go to cd etc nginx and conf d, and we don't have any file right now. Okay, so let's just create a reverse proxy file. So the command is sudo nano reverse proxy dot conf. Okay, and let me just add the content here. Okay, so right now I have added the content. As you can see that the in reverse proxy dot configuration file, we are redirecting that it should listen to port 8112, and in server name we can either give DNS name or IP, whether it's public or private IP. So in this case, I have already copied the private IP, copied this private IP and paste it here. Okay, and as you can see that it is redirecting to port 8080. Okay, and inside basically right now having a single server where the nginx is running along with proxy, so that's why it is showing you local host. Okay, so let's just save this file again. Control X, Y, and enter. So as you can see that we have already created reverse proxy file, but before that, before restarting its service, let's just see its syntax. NGINX-T. It seems like the syntax and configuration file is okay. So we have to restart the service. Sudo service nginx restart, and let's again check the status of nginx. You can see it is running perfectly fine. Okay, I'm going back to browser. If I type here port 8112, as you can see that the application is running on 8112. Okay, let me just close this tab, type here again. You will see that the application is running on port 8112. It is not redirecting to port 8080 on backend server directly, and it is working as a proxy, and you can see that it is working perfectly fine. Okay, so this is the short demo. I believe that you guys have understood in a better way, and inshallah I will come up with the amazing topics in future. So stay tuned and have a nice day, and take care of yourself and your loved ones. Okay, love it.